What a game, Jordan. I mean, honours even in the end.
Yeah, and another unfortunate goal disallowed with VAR, but you could see it was very tight. But I think we're just building. I think we've got that character now as a team and the team spirit. I think it's pushing us on. We haven't got a win on the board yet, but we're being hard to beat.
Did you get a fingertip on right at the end to push it onto the post there?
Of course I did.
A sort of celebration.
Yeah, it was. It's one of them where you reverse and you've just got to be in the moment. And I thought I had a good game today, and I was right in the moment. I was helping the lads. And you need loads of leaders on the pitch, and I think you can see in the team spirit around us, we've got that. And we didn't get the 3 points, but you know, we got a draw out where we can keep building now.
Yeah, the keepers were running the match today. I mean, I think you had half a dozen quality saves there.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, Alice made some wonderful saves as well, but that's our job. Help the team out when we need it, and it's my first clean sheet of the season, and it's another building block for us and as a team to get better and get better.
Yeah, as you say, you haven't got the win, but I mean, that is a big point.
Yeah, I think is that 4 points now we're on in 4 draws, but it's hard work, it's commitment. And we keep building, like I say, I've said up there, we keep building, we get stronger, we'll get the wins.
I'll give you a man in a match trophy. Safe hands.
Thank you.
And he's delighted with that first clean sheet of the season. But what was really interesting to hear him say there, Leon, was about the character, about the mentality of this Everton team. You could argue they might not have got a point out of that last season.
Yeah, agreed. And the same going to Leeds and Brentford in the last couple of games as well, making sure that when you're up against it, when things aren't going well for you in the game, because Liverpool had some brilliant moments in the game, and yet Everton stuck it out, and it needs big characters to stand up. It needs centre-halves to make important challenges, goalkeepers to make crucial saves, and you know, especially that one with his fingertip onto the post in the last minute from Salah was an outstanding save, and those moments can start your season off. I mean, you've seen a Merseyside derby a few seasons back where Everton concede these in the last minutes of the game and end up losing these games. But you know, this is outstanding, and get a little bit of luck that it doesn't fall kindly to a Liverpool player inside penalty area after that. But that is a really good, strong left-handed. I think he deserved that because his performance was outstanding.
Because all day, rightly or wrongly, Liverpool just couldn't find a way past him, could they? As I say, 8 saves, more than any other goalkeeper this season.
Yeah, he's a good goalkeeper. I mean, some people will accuse him of not being, I know, one of those goalkeepers, like his opposite number today, actually, really cool, calculated, calm. He loves playing to the crowd. He feeds off that energy. He's punching the air when he makes a save. He's not the normal goalkeeper that you expect. You normally expect goalkeepers to be very, very cool, calculated, whereas he's quite erratic in his mentality, let's say. But boy, can he stop the ball. I mean, he's made some cracking saves today, and probably the most impressive one, as Leon says, was that end one against Salah. He gets the finest little touch to it. He was quick to tell us as well that he's getting the final touch to it. But he was outstanding today and fully deserved that man of the match.
53 Premier League games Dwight McNeil's played without scoring a goal. For a split second, he thought that was over and he was the hero, but then it was Alisson's turn at the other end.
Well, for a split second, I thought he'd ended that run as well. It was, yeah, just pressure from Everton, getting players. Look how many players we can see in shot there, getting into Liverpool's penalty area. I haven't seen that enough from Everton teams in the last few months, but here today, certainly get forward. A couple of ricochets, but you know, it's so unfortunate. It doesn't go in, but from Alisson's point of view, that is an outstanding save himself.
Yeah, 2 deflections, and that's why goalkeepers, nowadays when academies look at goalkeepers, they don't even look at the ability, to start with. It's just, is he going to be big? And that's why, because if he was anything other than 6'3" plus or whatever he is, then he would never have got that. But 2 different deflections and a brilliant save. And I love the way he started going with one hand, and all of a sudden he changed it because he thought, I need every inch here. And it was a brilliant save right at the end.
We talked before the game about Neil Maupay making his Everton debut. Should have he been the hero today?
I think he should, and he would have made himself an absolute hero on the Everton side of the Mersey had he put this in. Everton did this very well all day. Look how quickly Everton break. Good bit of skill by Damari Gray, and then you're looking for support, you're looking for numbers, and they had it. And when the ball falls to him inside the penalty area with as much space as you'll ever get inside an opposition's penalty area, he's got to score. Whether he goes first time that's an option, or you take your touch, and your touch has to be much better, Michael.
I think it came to him quite quick, which is why he didn't hit it first time. But once he takes a touch, and actually it was probably the best decision to take a touch, even though I think it just happened that quick, he's just, that's one of the reasons why I hate it when people say, oh, you've got to hit the target, because that's what he just did. He's thinking he's just hit the target. I mean, he'll go into the dressing room now and say, well, I hit the target. You're against Alisson, you're against Liverpool. You've got to be better than that. You've got to find a corner. You've got to have the courage to dink him. You've got to go through his legs. You've got to slot it, not just hit it down the throat of the goalkeeper. So thankfully he did it. But that's why I always hate that phrase, he's got to hit the target.
Let's slip.
That is
occasionally
the perfect
my
example.
My text message goes off and it's Michael. He don't say
Don't say hit the target.
Yeah. He didn't. So, and he did.
He
All
did.
right.
I don't know how that finished 0-0. Could you sum that up for us?
Yeah, real derby, super intense, and with a lot of really spectacular moments. They obviously scored a goal. I didn't see it back, but I think they watched it long enough, so it probably was offside. Then Ali with a sensational save. I didn't see that back. I have no idea how the ball couldn't go in. But we had, I'm not sure, 100% sure, I think 3 times post, and a few unbelievable saves of Pickford.
At least half a dozen.
Wow. Wow. So and now what can you do? So that it was not an easy free flow. You cannot, in this game, easy free flowing is not possible. So you have to dig in really deep. That's what we did. And so in the end it's 0-0, which sounds strange, but that's it.
You can sense a bit of frustration from the players that they wanted to create more and get through the lines. I think.
Yeah, but that's normal. That's what they should try. But that's for different reasons not so easy. And super intense week for us. Wednesday night, a really tough game. Had really to go to the wire, and then a few days later you play here. And yes, we had in the past, especially last season, games where it might have looked slightly different, but they were in a different moment that time as well. So, and if you open up with a goal or whatever, the situation, it can look different. But most of the time, we know that. I don't know how many derbies I played now, quite a few, and it's always difficult here. It was always, we expect that, and was difficult today.
Carvalho, is that injury serious or just a?
No, I'm not 100% sure, but we all think it's the muscle above the knee with a massive dead leg. Very painful, really. Whoever had that before, I can say that's one of the most painful things you can get, but should settle quickly. But we will see. We play already on Wednesday, so I'm not sure about that.
Just a minute.
Well, of course, Carvalho got the winner on Wednesday. Just the second time in 54 Premier League games that Liverpool have not scored today. And you were a little concerned when Virgil van Dijk made a challenge in that second half that the colour might have been different?
Yeah, well, inevitably VAR would have had a look at it and decided not to send Anthony Taylor to the side of the pitch, to the monitor, to have another look. But when you look at it, it is over the ball, it is quite high. It's a straight leg. I mean, on balance, I think a yellow is okay, but it's closer to red than it is to nothing, put it that way.
Yeah, just about
Just
okay.
a yellow.
I think he's fortunate, as silly as this is going to sound, that Onana is as tall as he is, because it appears lower down on the shin. If that's Idrissa Gueye, that may have been near to the top of the shin pad. You just see how long his legs are. If that was me, that would have been closer to my knee than to my actual ankle. So the size. So I think when you look at things like that, I think the referees will have watched it back. I think because he stood still as much as anything, and he's leaning into it rather than off his feet, and really committing into the tackle where he's not in control of his body. Virgil van Dijk, I think, had he been off his feet, it would have definitely been a red card.
Now, yourself and many Evertonians did have about 60 seconds of euphoria because you thought you'd taken the lead through Conor Cody.
Yes, I was excited as everyone in blue there for that moment. It was, again, as Everton did all afternoon, just putting pressure on Liverpool, forcing opportunities. And Conor Cody thinks he scored that important goal, but clearly offside. I can understand, he can't quite see the ball, and he's just leaning around the outside of the Liverpool defenders, and in doing so, just fractionally offside.
One of those Evertonians who thought that was a goal and a lead for Everton was, of course, their manager, and here he is, Frank Lampard.
I think we had everything you expect from a Mersey derby, except the goal. Were you pleased with the team's work?
Cool, yeah. I thought we were brilliant. I mean, they're a fantastic team, no doubt. They've been building for years. Top players, top coach. You know what you're getting. They're always a danger, always a risk. From the smallest moment, they can create something. We defended brilliantly. We held our own in the game in terms of possession. How we played, and we had our own chances. And we've had 2 this week now where we're centimetres from getting more points. You know, 2 offside decisions that didn't go against you. It's offside, fair enough. But it just showed, I think, both teams going toe to toe in a derby, and one of the best 0-0s you're going to see.
Indeed, Frank. And away to the current leaders, Arsenal, is next for Everton. So